How y'all doing today? Now today I'm gonna show you how to make a Philly cheesesteak. Now I do mine a little bit different than everybody else's, but I think that's why it makes mine taste so much better. Now if you stay tuned, I'm gonna show you how to make it juicy, tender, delicious. I'm telling you, it's gonna taste so good. I'm gonna have you sopping that all up on the plate. I'm gonna have you damn near licking the plate. Now stay tuned, I'm gonna show you how to make it right. First thing I like to tell y'all about is the steak. I get all types of steak from all different types of places. It depends on what my budget is. But either way, you want to make sure your steak got some good marbling in it. Now this is just a cheap steak right now. It's kind of hard to get good steak, but we working with what we got, and that's what we gonna do. All right, now the first thing you want to do is try to cut this nice and thin. Now these big little fat pieces on there, I don't keep that on there. We're not cooking a regular steak, so we don't need that. We're gonna keep that off to the side. Now some of it's in there, you know, it's cool, don't matter. These first couple pieces, you see they're a little thick, but we're gonna get to that good, nice, thin pieces. All right, got a little bit of extra. I don't like eating that. Some people just eat all of that. I don't like eating that part. I like to cut off this little piece of fat right here. Get him off of there. Get off of there. All right, now I can work with it a little better. A nice little trick is to unthaw it, but don't let it unthaw all the way. Now this steak isn't really, it's still kind of firm right now. If it's too thawed out, it won't be as easy to cut really thin slices. So that's why you want to keep it not all the way frozen and not all the way thawed out. So you can get a nice, even, small little pieces. Yeah, that's what you want. There we go. See them nice thin pieces. See how thin that is? All right, now I'm trying to show you up a little bit closer up. All right, now I usually kind of hold my steak with all my little fingers. I kind of hold these two tight to keep the sides kind of in order, and then these three on top. All right, and I just kind of scale back, kind of almost use the top of my nails, kind of get it nice little thin piece. All right, see that one came a little thin? That's cool. Now you just need to, you need to bring it back a little more. That was too thin. All right, boom. Put that one aside, move on to the next. That's what kind of usually takes the longest, is cutting this thing up. Yeah. See, now that you see this frozen, you see this part is almost a little bit frozen still. And that's how you get that good thin slice, so the meat ain't just trying to run away from you. All right, you see that little piece of fat like that? Nah, I get that off of there. I don't even eat that. Put that aside. Nice and thin. Cut this thin as a crackhead on his last leg. All right, now the first thing I put on there is this hickory liquid smoke. Now I'm telling you, since I found this stuff, man, almost any type of beef, I gotta put this on there, man. This just add a little bit of extra to almost anything. So this is the first thing we're gonna put on here. Now I put this on first so they can get good and soaked into that meat. And then also this little wetness from this is gonna help absorb all of these seasonings. All right, so we get a decent amount on there. You don't wanna soak it, but you wanna put a good amount on there. All right, next we do is, I got sea salt. You can use any type of salt you want. I usually try to use a thicker grain of salt. So it kind of, I don't know, with steak, it seems to work a little bit better with it. All right, now we're gonna give this a nice little light sprinkle. All right, we don't want no blizzard. Just a nice little light sprinkle, like the first day of winter. All right, now the next thing we're gonna put on there, garlic. Gotta get some garlic powder on there. Nice little even coating on everything. All right, let's get that good shake on there. Ooh, yeah. I like the smell of that garlic, man. That garlic have everything smelling delicious. All right, now the next thing we're gonna do is put some onion powder on there. That's next in the lineup. Onion powder. Like I said, we don't want to douse this stuff on there. We just want a nice little even little coat. All right, last thing we're gonna do, pepper. Get you some good pepper on there. Boom. Yeah, starting to look good. All right, now you see how I set my seasonings up. I always keep them to one side to start with, and then as I use them, I move them over to the other side, just so I can keep a track of what I'm putting on there, and I know that I put that on there. All right, next thing I do is I take the back of my knife, and I kind of just pat this out a little bit. You don't need to slam it. You just, I don't know, I just do this. I think it makes it a little bit more tender, and it kind of beats that that seasoning, all that juice, gets it all in there. All right, like I said, you don't do it too hard, just tap it. Just tap it. All right, now you see them good lines in there. All right, now we're gonna hit it the other way. Do the opposite of where the lines is at. Got it. All right, now we're gonna use our knife to help us flip this meat so we can get the other side of this meat. All right, so now I'm using the sharp part to kind of get it nice and flat on there, and then I just kind of just roll it. And then, boom. Now you can see that meat ain't got no seasoning on it. Oh, excuse me. All right, now you're gonna keep doing that all the way through. Sometimes it works out perfect, sometimes a little bit off. I ain't gotta be perfect. You just want to get it, you know, on the other side as much as you can. You don't want to just throw it in a big bucket and throw some seasons in there. I hate when people do that. That just look like you ain't put no effort into it. Come on now. Let's eat right. We're gonna do it right. All right, we got most of that flipped over. All right, now I'm gonna just try to flatten it out a little bit, like I said before, so I can try to get this seasoning stuff on as much meat as I can. That's about good enough. Now we're just gonna repeat the same thing on this other side. All right, so we got both sides seasoned up, looking good, looking nice and even seasoned. All right, now the next thing I do is I kind of scoop this all into a big ball. And I'm using the back side of the knife, and it's kind of scooping up some of them seasonings and all that juice. Get that up in there. All these little tiny pieces that trying to run away. You ain't going nowhere. Get in there. I'm finna eat you. All right. All right. Try to get in a nice tight circle. Get it in there. All right. Boom. Now I'm gonna get my Ziploc bag. Put this in the Ziploc bag. All right. Now I fold my Ziploc bag inside out, so I can kind of just grab it with it. Now I can just grab it. So boom, I can just grab it, flop that inside out, shake it out. All right, let's get this air out of here. I usually kind of just roll it up. Just roll it up. You want to get that meat nice and tight in there, so it's all together. All right, Ziploc that down tight. All right, now we got that locked down tight. Now, what I always try to tell people is you gotta let your meat marinate. All right? If you don't let your meat marinate, then it ain't gonna be right. So we're gonna put this in the refrigerator for at least a half an hour. You can leave it there up to 24 hours. I don't really do that. The sweet spot really is about 3 to 4 hours. So all them juices and everything gets locked tight up in there. All right, now we back. We done let our meat marinate for a couple hours. We got that good and ready to go. All right, now we're gonna turn our heat on. It's about medium low. I keep it usually right in between medium and low. You don't want this to cook too fast. This meat is really thin, so it'll cook really fast. All right, now I'm gonna show you this right here. This Kerrygold butter. This is the best butter on the market, I guarantee it. I'm telling you, this butter makes everything taste just a little bit better. And that's what we're gonna start this off with. We're gonna throw about 3 pieces in there. 3 little tiny little pieces. You see I cut out a couple little pre things. All right, we're gonna throw this in there and let this melt. You want to get all your ingredients and everything, all your toppings and everything that you're gonna cook with, and also anything you're gonna, after you're done, whatever you're gonna put it on, get all that ready, because this cooks really fast, and you want to get it when it's nice and hot, when it's nice and juicy. Now we're gonna take our good meat, pop that in there. All right, now you see it just looks like one huge piece of meat. It looks a little weird. All right, so now what you want to do is just spread this apart. Get all this out of there, spread it apart, and then while you're spreading this apart, it's gonna start cooking already. Get this nice and spread. Get out of there. Come on now. Back up. All right, now you don't want these pieces to be stuck together, because you're gonna get one chunk of steak, and that's not what we're going for right now. We ain't making fajitas now. So we want to get all this meat spread apart. Get off. There we go, there we go. All right. Now you're seeing it's starting to brown up a little bit already. Now we can start turning it as we kind of loosening this stuff up. Give it a turning around. Yeah, I can start smelling it already. Yeah, it's smelling good. Yeah, this carrot gold butter, man. It's the truth right here, I'm telling you. My girl put me on this. I used to use margarine, like a chump using margarine. Nah, and she put me on this butter. I'm like, okay, I'll try it. Man, once I tried it, whew. It makes everything taste a little bit better. So before it gets all done, the last little step, and this is the little step other people might not do. You might not even taste this in there really too much, but it just adds a little bit extra to it. All right, now we're gonna add some of this sharp cheddar. Now I usually use Tillamook. Tillamook cheese is the best, I'm telling you. Tillamook cheese, Tillamook sharp cheddar, that's where it's at, but we couldn't get the Costco's because of all this madness. So this is what we got right here, just some regular sharp cheddar from the local store. All right, now we don't want to let that cheese melt onto here. Now we really just want to let this get down to the bottom really. So we're going to keep turning it and kind of getting it into all these little juices. It'll kind of thicken this sauce up. And then like I said, I don't know, it just does something, it adds a little extra flavor. One time I did it and I accidentally forgot to add that in it. I'm like, man, something's a little bit different. I'm like, oh, dang. Forgot to put the little cheese in there at the end. Let me try to get up in there for you. Yeah, okay, yeah. You see that little sauce right there? Yeah, that's that goodness right there. If you kind of pick it up, it'll just start dripping. Yeah. Now it's about ready. It's about done now. We'll be back to put it on and do the best part, which is eat it. Put your nice little layer of that good stuff on there. Okay. Yeah, I don't want to be too gritty. Still got 50 kids. All right, now we're gonna throw a little bit of sharp cheddar on top. Boom. We wow good right there. Yeah, that's smelling good. That's looking right. Now, you can put this on anything now. I usually put it on like a Dorito taco. My girl puts it on these low carb little shells right here. You can put this steak on whatever you want. I'm telling you, it's gonna be delicious. You're gonna love it. All right, now let's sit down and taste that. All right, now we back. We ready for the final part, the best part, the tasting of it. Now let's see this little thing right here. Let's see what we working with. Ooh, you see all that little cheddar over there? Got it looking all juicy. Ooh. All right, let's get the first bite on it. That's good. That's it right there. That's delicious. It ain't salty. It's juicy. Got the flavors all in there. Woo! Woo! I'm telling you, this is my favorite food. If I could cook this every day and eat steak every day, this is what I would do. I'm telling you, more than anything else, pizza, anything else, I'm telling you, this is it. My favorite though is to eat it on a Doritos taco though. A Doritos taco shell, you get that from the little grocery store. Man, that puts all it together, man. Just be delicious. But I wanted to try it on this bread. I ain't had it, you know, the original style in a minute, you know what I'm saying? Get some little French bread or something. So that's what I wanted to try it on. You gotta try this recipe. I'm telling you, it's delicious. You won't be sorry. Your family will love you for it. Like and subscribe. Hit that little bell. Ting, ting, ting. So you make sure you get the latest video so you can try some of my best recipes. Till next time, appreciate it.